How's it going, everyone? Liam Catterson here, and we're on episode 6 of Iron Fist Season 2. We're at the halfway, well, we're into the second half of this amazing season. It's absolutely been superb. Definitely better than Iron Fist Season 1, in my opinion, already. But there's just so much that's been happening, and, you know, I'm actually having a really, really fun time. I did with Season 1, but, you know, Season 2, you could just see the improvement as, you know, it is there. It's existent, compared to Season 1. So, brilliant stuff so far. I mean, it could all go downhill. It's like a roller coaster. It goes up and then, woo! But yeah, this is, The Dragon Dies at Dawn. We had a really, really interesting, focus on Davos in the last episode, of course, with, his upbringing and how his relationship with his mother affected him and, you know, his goals now that he has the Iron Fist, which was really, really awesome to see him just go to work. Even though his, you know, ways are a bit more aggressive than Danny, you know, you just can't help but root for him. I don't know, he just has this pull. But now there are forces working against him because he's that dangerous. He's refusing Joy to disconnect. There will be consequences if, you know, she does decide to go down this route, so Joy better watch out, but that's why she's got Mary there, so it's going to be very, very interesting to see how things do proceed with that. But yeah, with that said, let's just delve into episode number 6 of Iron Fist. I'm really loving this, so with that said, let's go.
Well, he was blacked out on a cocktail of carfentanil and haloperidol. But good for you. And your inclinations.
Oh my goodness, Mary's just so sinister.
You do not want to test me.
Oh. Like, she is absolutely, oh my god, I'm just loving Mary so much.
I don't bite.
I don't trust her. She might do. I wouldn't trust her. I'd be like, nope. Oh, damn.
Okay, we find the women, the
yeah, well, you're gonna, like, yeah, I was gonna say, you're gonna negotiate.
Yeah, well, that shitty band helped steal Danny's power. And they know how to make Davos give it back.
Yeah, but how are you gonna convince them to do the switcheroo to the switcheroo?
You're not killing animals for sustenance is a disgrace. No, of course you don't.
I'm trying to think of
vegetarian that kills people.
I was gonna say, I'm trying to think of a way of him, you know, killing people to feed on his thirst about killing the hand. Not that there's anything wrong against what, you know, his belief in that, but there is some kind of irony.
If Fran were to pay your fee, how much are we talking?
$500,000.
Oh, Jesus. What? Just like, nah. I love him. I absolutely love him.
I'm not your keeper, and this is way out of my league. Don't you think Colleen and Misty are gonna go insane when they find out that you left them out of this?
Probably, but...
I bring
and this is probably...
Find out about the ceremony. It's a win-win.
But it's not gonna go down that simple, is it?
I did a dossier on you. Yes.
Shit.
Ward Meacham.
Shit.
At the gym like clockwork in the AM. 8 hours of emails,
Of course she did.
meetings and phone calls.
Of course she did.
Jump your sponsor and then home for an hour of cable news before nighty-night.
Ouch.
The lives of quiet
privacy is just like, woo!
Always talking about cops and their donuts. Cookies, chocolate, gum.
But keep yourself awake with coffee.
But that sugar high?
Like me all the time, 24/7.
Crashing. You see yourself in 5 years. I'm serious. Volunteer.
Daughters of the Dragon.
School. You used to own a karate school. Now you don't. What do you want to do with your life?
This is suddenly a job interview.
Okay.
Kidding.
You want to play this game?
It's a really, really nice talk there with Misty and Colleen.
You want to thank me? Next time I say habanero, give me habanero.
She's salty. Love how he's also got a list to cross off names based on who's been taken care of for their shitty deal, like Oliver Queen.
You have no idea what I spared you from. There were so many times that I wanted to tell you. I would literally...
You didn't want her to go into this hurt. Just, come on. Come on, Joey.
But you didn't do it. And now we're here.
That's the thing, though. Ward's got a lot... He had a lot of pressure on his shoulders, especially with all the abuse he got, and...
When we get to Davos, you need to stay back. He knows you're with me, he won't be complacent.
It's difficult. It was difficult for him. Joy, oh...
To leave you with her.
It's like she keeps deflecting reason.
Because I live with the guy that you bled out.
I told you it was a bad idea.
Shut up.
Uh-oh.
We don't owe him a thing.
No, you don't. Listen, I get it. I'm sure
She's
you all
starting to
get
feel like, oh
asked
shit,
to
this
do
is all
kinds of
crumbling
crazy
down.
shit.
No.
Just this time, you inked the wrong dude.
If you have
Let's
something
make
to
it
add,
right.
now's the time.
Hey, she don't like you.
Okay, well the feeling's mutual.
Here's the deal.
Oh my
On top of
goodness, I
assault
just love
charges
them.
and
Oh my god, I'm just gonna get ready. Go on, Colleen. Shit! Oh, Tom! Wow! Guess one down, two to go. Let's do this. Holy shit, go Colleen! This is not good. Come on, come on. Oh! It's not fair. I mean, you're using weapons. Colleen's using her fists. What's the matter? No confidence? You've got 2 numbers against Colleen. Oh, no, Colleen's using a weapon, but still. Go, Colleen. Job done. Job done. Awesome stuff. So let's try this again.
now, let's try this again.
I just said it!
Why would you put yourself in harm's way if you didn't have to?
You don't know me. So you're being paranoid.
Yeah, I am.
But he might have that
Give me the
reason to.
syringe.
I was gonna say, I like the fact that we don't get to see
You
the
stopped by your apartment
transference
and you opened up
itself.
about the ID.
Has that mystique.
As much as I appreciate it, it was tactical, wasn't it? Put me at ease.
I did it to him because I couldn't bear to do it to you.
Oh.
I couldn't do it to Dad.
So someone who
That's
wasn't
so
related.
Screwed up.
Well, he's still tearing us apart.
It's because he hasn't
If he
died the
does
second
that,
time.
Joy, then
Well, no,
in the end, he wins.
considering, yeah, he already died the second time anyways. You know the memory
saying.
saying. Until he comes back. It's... You die the first time physically, you die the second time when you're
I would.
the last person.
Good.
Okay, let me just
Oh.
get this straight. You think you can do this ritual thing in reverse?
They're gonna catch... Where's the catch? Where's the catch?
Keep in mind that the alternative is a long stay in a small cell.
Oh, and that's after I'm done with you.
We can ink.
Colleen, I love her.
You need the bowl.
She speaks.
Yeah, you need them.
You've got blood on your face.
Yeah, maybe he had a nosebleed. You don't know
You've been
that.
killing people.
You don't know that.
When a feral dog is put down,
But he has.
do you call it murder? When a virus
Oh, come...
flushed from the body, is that murder? Call it justice.
Oh my god.
You should be
It's
thanking me.
twisted, though.
You just became another faction in the conflict. You disgrace everything Lakon ever taught us.
My father misled us all, Danny sold us all lies.
His heart would break if he could hear you now.
If he was here now, I'd crush his heart.
See, this is why you're a
He
dickhead.
sent you down a path you never should have walked. Put us in opposition.
Not a very
No,
nice approach, is it?
Not anymore. As the scales fall from your eyes.
Oh, she's going in for the kill, isn't she? Oh! Wow. Holy shit! Oh! That was... Holy shit! Oh. Success, he's out.
I got you. My leg. It's broken.
No,
Call me.
you
Call
don't
me.
get to say that, Daddy. You do not get to say that. Oh my. Just absolutely loving Oh boy.
Oh.
Here comes Mary.
Oh, it's nothing. I must have fallen. I was just out walking in the rain.
This is really tragic, isn't it?
Mary! Mary, you have to get Davos!
Not gonna happen. Davos is able to run free, but oh my goodness. This is absolutely like
Mary, please!
This is like
Mary, please! Come back!
we're coming to that realize. Oh my goodness. I'm absolutely loving Alice Eve's character so much. It's just absolutely been incredible. I'm not sure if it was me. I was a bit captivated with the fight, especially with Mary's involvement, because I always wanted to see what would go down in a fight. Unfortunately, it didn't swing the way I was hoping for it to go, but it's okay. But I'm sure there was a glimpse of Davos using two fists, which I don't think we've seen Dany done before. Because he's always channeled it through, you know, this fist. So, that is a very, if that is right, that would be a very interesting, thing for Davos to wield. And he's not just wielding one fist, he's wielding two. No, but apart from that, it was really, interesting of an episode, and I really loved how everything, you know, came about, especially, the discussions we had with a few people, well, not Mary, but Walker opening up about her DID with, Dany and how she would like a nice escape. The Ward and Joy, confrontation, which, I'm annoyed with Joy, especially with the fact with Ward opening up about the fact that he was abused and, you know, how she keeps finding a way to blame, Dany and Ward. It's just really frustrating. And, you know, I do feel so bad for Ward at this point, especially with how, you know, she's so desperate to have this toxic attitude about her. I mean, you can have some kind of sympathy with her, ignorance is bliss approach, I guess, because of the fact that, you know, that's the thing. Ignorance sometimes is bliss. And, you know, she's like, well, I've got caught up in this and my life all came crumbling down and everything that happened, yeah, it's your fault. And, you know, with the fact that, you know, Ward took everything so that Joy can, you know, live as happy as she can be without that abuse, without that, you know, need to know. You feel for Ward so much, and Joy, I'm just done with Joy at this point, especially with the fact that she's just like done with him for good. And that also does solidify my theory that she's gonna die, or maybe Ward might die, and Joy might have to live with that guilt that she can never rekindle that, you know, relationship with her brother, because he's dead. So, yeah, what I do love, though, is the relationship, like I've said in previous Iron Fist reactions, that I do love the relationship between Dany and Ward, especially this season, but I do think that it's a nice little approach, like that relationship, like that sibling relationship that Ward aspires for Joy, that he's, you know, I guess inflicting on an artificial brother with, if that's the right description to use, on Dany. So, And again, this episode, like the last, I think it was the last episode, yeah, it was, with that nice little talk, but this episode, there was moments between Ward and Danny, which were small, but they were still really, really, great, parts to include, so I really, really enjoyed that. What I really, really also enjoyed as well, I'll get back to the whole Davos situation as well, because there was some interesting points come up there, but the Colleen fight against the two Crane sisters. We didn't get to see much of Misty with that one Crane sister, on the loose, but we got to see a lot between Colleen and seeing her in the actions, which was absolutely fabulous. I think that might be one of my favourite scenes of the entire season so far. Just Colleen going to work with the Crane sisters after they were like, well, this, was a bad idea and we're not going to, reveal Jack, I guess, about the whole, Davos, Iron Fist switcheroo mabob thing. So now they're compliant though. They're willing to go through with the whole switcheroo to the switcheroo. And, it should all be all well and good. But that was a really, really fantastic fight to see Colleen, hold her own against two, the Crane sisters. It was just really, really, beautiful stuff. Like, just seeing Colleen just go at it. Really, really great stuff to see. The Davos situation as well was pretty, great as well. A lot of Davos moments, in this episode was really, really fun to watch, especially with the guy that had his, eye stabbed out by Mrs. Yang, with the Oliver Queen, the list thing, of course, because we had the cross off the, names of the victims, except it's not him who's doing it, he's, doing it for Davos, crossing off the names, whereas Davos is doing so it's like two Oliver Queens in, I guess, but that would be even worse for anyone in Star City, but I digress. It was just really, really good, some of the interactions, as well as, Davos is, I don't eat meat, but, you're a vegetarian who, instead kills people and all that, and it all goes back to my comment about the fact that, it's his first to clean up, he's willing to murder to kind of feed his hunger on becoming the Iron Fist, because he's, it's been no, it's no secret that his Iron Fist craving is he's very, very hungry to have the Iron Fist, and now that he's got it, he's going to, make good use of it at his new home, because of course Kung Lung's not going to come back for a while, I believe. He has to defend he has to have his own defense of New York, but as Danny said, he's not really doing it in the style of what is right. He only believes he is right, but it's not morally right. And, you got that point. He's killing people who still have a family. And, he even made that comment, Davos, when, there was that talk about, those kids be involved. Do you want, to add the names on the list? No, not yet. Not yet. So, there is potential there. And, they've done shitty things, but Danny has that pacifist way of going about it. He utilizes the fist in, really, really hostile force, but in no means is he going around the way of killing them. Just dealing with them and, making them have a little quake in their boots, I guess. Whereas Davos is just going full-blown savage, no care in the world, he'll kill them all, and as Danny said, he's becoming a problem in this war that's going on. He's not trying to give a solution. Some could say that Danny's involvement, Danny's necessity to get involved with the fight is, a kind of adding to the Triad War. But that's what I'm saying. He's delivering more of the pacifist role, whereas, he's, Davos is becoming the executioner. So he is, dealing unnecessary bloodshed, which could be resolved, peacefully. But Davos, in his mind, doesn't think that's enough. So, there's different ideals on how to use the fist. It's really concerning, but you side with Danny's advice, but by no means, is Danny completely, 100% logical. because of the fact that he thought, you know, talking this out with Davos was going to work. I had no idea in what universe that was going to succeed, but we tried and we failed. I'm not sure if he could have called, like when he was demanding Mary then, to make the call. I'm not sure if he could have done that himself, even though he was being strapped up in an ambulance. But, yeah, like I said, the, you know, peace talks was never going to work, and, yeah, I'm gonna try and make this quick because I've got a bad throat, so that's great. You know, days before my birthday. That's great. Anywho, like I said though, Danny, you know, making these peace talks with Davos, it was never going to go down well, was it? And lo and behold, it didn't. So, with the potential use of 2 Iron Fists as well, like into play. So it was just really, really great stuff to see. You know, that fight go down, even though you know you want Mary to succeed, but evidently she didn't. Well, Walker at the time, because of course Mary didn't come into factor until. You know, the triggers came about, the sirens, the rain, everything, what she said in that nice little discussion with Danny earlier on. But yeah, brilliant stuff. I love the talk between, you know, I love the interactions with, Colleen and Misty, aside from the whole fight that we had going on, when you know, both of them were clueless about how their futures were going to go. So, yeah, I really, really loved that talk. But yeah, it was just a really, really fantastic episode. I just loved everything that came about. Like I said, the fight was great. Especially Colleen's fight, that was really, really superb. Walker's plan about, you know, she was going to kill Davos anyway. Or she was going to at least not follow Danny's direction. She made this pact with Joy. Joy, just frustrating you, I guess to a degree you can, I don't know, it's a small degree, of understanding what she is saying, but I think you totally, are fully supportive on Ward's direction and Ward's approach, on how he's trying to, you know, calm Joy's feelings, especially with the fact that, you know, he was abused, and I don't think Joy even flinched. Like, I think that's where you should have started to open up a bit more. Like, if you were Joy, like, you should have had some level of care at least. But Joy, you know, didn't have a shift at all. In my eyes, she didn't have a shift at all. So, oof, bummer. But yeah, fantastic stuff. Davos is now, even though he was taken down, he's now able to walk free because Mary's just decided to go skedaddling. It's such a sympathetic story though, especially with Mary and how Walker takes up the front, and Mary's like none the wiser when Mary comes to, like, you even saw that, like, apart from the discussion that she had with Danny, you even saw that, oh, I must have tripped over when I had blood on my hands. But you know, it's such a fascinating character, and I have to say, I think Mary and Walker are my, like, favourite character in Iron Fist Season 2 at the minute. Like, Alice Eve is just absolutely dominating it with her character and how she's presenting it in Iron Fist Season 2. So I'm just really loving, like, every episode there is, like, we got to the, I said this in the intro, we got to the juice about, the juice of the meat on her character, the DID situation, but, and the fact that she's incredibly talented and incredibly skilled as a fighter. But more and more, even after that, like, more and more throughout the episode, she's becoming a more investing character, and I just, you know, I'm hoping she does continue from into Season 3 in some capacity, because, like I said, she's a star in the show so far. And I'm just really loving it. The chances don't look good, especially with what she did to Davos. But, you know, I'm really, really enjoying her character so much. But yeah, that was episode 6. It was just really, really fantastic stuff. And I'm really enjoying the season even more. So, great stuff continuing from Iron Fist Season 2. But until then, I will see you guys next time. Hope you guys enjoyed this reaction. You can check my videos on the right if you want to check out more of my content. You can also subscribe to my media feeds and channel if you want to. Hope you guys enjoyed this reaction. Hope you guys take care, and I will see you guys next time. Toodles!